Okay, so we got ourselves another Spiral Abyss. This is for the 16th of November. Yeah, and I'm not really sure what I want to talk about during this one. Um, I don't have anything new. We don't get Scaramouche character stuff until later, and I've already covered Fontaine, and I don't know. Okay, I'll just see whatever pops up into my head. I will say, though, that in regards to Fontaine, I am mildly concerned. I doubt they'll do this, but I am mildly concerned that Fauchelors will come out and her character design will be like Marie Antoinette with the big hair and everything and the poofy dress, and that's no, please no. Let's do a little something more sedate. Oh, but anyway. Oh, as you can see from the video, I'm at it again, overthinking the roster for floor 9. I always do this for some reason. Not as bad as normal, but I still overdo it. It's just floor 9. I don't know why I care so much. It's whatever. I don't think I care much for this Spiral Abyss. The last floor 12 it's got a Thunder Manifestation, which is easily my second least favorite boss. It's Rune Serpent and then Thunder Manifestation. I hate those two bosses the most out of all the normal bosses. Absolutely the worst. And then it's also got the Ion Blight Drake, not Proto Drake, but Drake, which is under normal circumstances not a problem, but this one starts off in the air, which is obnoxious, and I didn't know that, and I was exceedingly lucky that I had brought an archer with me, otherwise I'd have had to have remade my team, but it was stupid. And that was a very impressive combination there. If you were watching the bubble spawning next to me and then someone pushing me into it, that was a very good combo. So, fun. But, whatever. Oh, and I have Nahida. I have her elemental skill at C10. Or not at C10, but at level 10. I don't know what I was thinking, C10. So, it does all that damage, which is nice. Still annoyed that, I have to wait. What is it? You get like 2 a week. Takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So takes 6 per thing. So 18. You get 2 a week. So it takes 9 weeks. Yeah. Takes 9 weeks to fully level up a character's talents. And which, for normal characters, that's not an issue, because I don't level all of their talents up to level 10 anyway, but I do level up the Archon's talents all the way to 10, so it's very obnoxious when it's Nahida. And I'm going to probably level up Wanderers to level 10 for all of his, depending on what... But actually, that kind of does depend on what he does, because Tartaglia's, his elemental skill is leveled up to 10, but his his elemental burst is level 9, because I just don't have the freedom books to do it. To get it to 10, but I don't know if I want to get his normal attack skill to his normal attack talent, so to speak, to level 10 because he never uses that ability. Never uses it, and I don't really do charge shots with him anyway. But if Skara's abilities are all good, and then I would level his up to 10. I'm big on, as I've said before, I'm big on Archons and Harbingers and all that. That was a nice hyper bloom death there. I'm really liking the new Dendro reactions. They're very helpful, and they also take the annoyance out of the water box fight. Because Dendro one-shots the droplets, which is nice.
Burst forth. Let's play. Come into being. There is no escape. Brace yourself. Think you can get away? Illusion shattered.
I do like Venti's elemental burst there. Just keeps everything else that's occupied, and anything that wasn't grabbed up you can just go deal with on your own. No problem. I missed that one. One guy over there. It's fine.
I will have order. Rise.
That was a bit of an excessive attack from Zhongli. Oh well. It was the end of the floor anyway, so doesn't matter. And here's floor 10, which I think I also overthink slightly. Again. Just keep overthinking these. Floors 9 and 10 are super easy. Floor 11, usually you have to think about, or you don't have to think about, but it does take, if you want to make it easier, it takes a little thought, because usually it's the defend the monument for the first section, and so, you know, you have to think about how to spread out your CC characters. Although in this one, it wasn't a defend the monument, which was interesting. So, I ended up overthinking that a little bit too. Go figure. They really need to put in more endgame stuff. Spiral Abyss 2 times a month is being it. Just like the only thing that you can do to endgame with all of your high level characters is Spiral Abyss 2 times a month. There needs to be something else. Fungi. We just did an event where we made friends with fungi. Now we have to kill them. It's a little depressing, but whatever.
Quake. Here we go. My apologies. Think you can get away? Yahoo! Allow me. Here we go.
Not really a lot to talk about. I've already done videos on Focalore, and I've done stuff on. I did a reaction video to the Archon quest, and there's really nothing else in this patch. So a little depressing. We're starting to hit the dip in the new region. Oh well. It's just not that bad. It's just you gotta wait for new. They're gonna release new areas probably like they did in Inazuma. We had like how we had the multiple different islands. Admittedly, they released them a little bit faster, I think, because there was the first patch. Oh, maybe not. So there was the first patch, which had the first 3 islands, and then they released Watatsumi and Seirai Island together. And then the next one they released was the island that was off in the mist. But I don't remember how long it was between release between stuff that happened. So, and then I also don't remember how long it took them for us to get Inkanomiya. So they're probably going to release more stuff. It just might take a while. We'll just have to see. And what are we, 3 patches in? 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, yeah, we're 3 patches in. So, yeah, this is about the time when we're supposed to hit the dip anyway.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Huh? Fate is upon you. Committed to memory. Torn to oblivion.
Oof. What's that for a nice cut? All hail the Raiden Shogun and her broke-ass ult. Oh, I remember this. This is impressive. Well, relatively speaking, just how fast they all go down. It's like, Jesus. Sometimes I forget how much damage Ayaka's elemental burst does, because I usually main her as a normal attack-based cryo applier, or cryo damage dealer. I'll say the thing that I like a lot about Nahida's elemental skill is that it trivializes these mages, these the summoning mages, the ones that summon little bugs, because you can hit the bugs with the link, with the skill, and then it'll do damage to them while you do damage to their main boss, which will probably, considering how much damage it does, will kill them pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry about them. It's very nice. And there's so many things that having Nahida trivializes. So I know some other people who also play the game, but although they don't play it very often. So that's 2 people, siblings. One plays more than the other, and the one who doesn't play a lot actually got Nahida and brought her at she was only level 20, had really shit gear, and they brought her into Spiral Abyss first floor and just trivialized it. It was ridiculous how much damage she did. She just wiped wiped everything off the map. It was kind of impressive, really, considering she had shit gear. How shitty her gear was, and no talents, no really good weapon or anything. So, good job, Mihoyo. You made a really good character who's busted to all hell. And so, also, I'm okay. Now I'm in floor 11, and no defend the thingy, just a bunch of specters, which is fine. It works. Having Mr. CC Kazuha is good for specters, especially now that they nerfed them. Thank goodness they nerfed them. And we've got ourselves, just death by explosion, just by rupture. Boom, boom, boom. I like it.
Fate is upon you. Everyone hold hands.
That was kind of cool. I got frozen while coming out of her elemental skill hold. So, kind of just lingered in the air there.
Shine down. Time for takeoff.
Venti, your elemental burst is still so awesome.
One with the force.
Brace yourself. Think you can get away? Illusion shattered.
Enshroud.
Hands up. Allow me. There is no escape. Time for takeoff.
And it drags up the assassin, which is nice too. And you don't have to deal with him ganking you in the back.
Our bond is strong.
I don't like these things, the hovering ones.
Full of wisdom. I see everything.
Honestly, anything that flies is obnoxious. Oh man, I just thought of it. If we had Nahida in Mondstadt, she would have trivialized those, or maybe not trivialized it, but would have really helped with dealing with those Eyes of the Storm.
A minute to memory. Stand with me.
Ah well. Suppose that's why she wasn't there. As if we had her doing that stuff, then a lot of it would have been way too easy.
Rebuild. Shine down.
Enshroud. Huh. Let's nip that in the bud.
Let's play. Think you can get away?
I will say that we trade out the samurai boss for the thundering manifestation, and as much as I dislike the samurai boss because you
Can't see.
you have to wait for it to power up or stand up or whatever you want to call it,
Pile up root.
it is not a fair trade. I will take the samurai boss over the thundering manifestation any day of the week. That thing is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And the only thing that is the only thing that is more horrible than it is the boss that hides in the ground.
Let's play.
At least with the thundering manifestation, it's above ground technically. I mean, it teleports, sure, but it's still mostly above ground, so you can hit it with ranged attacks
Allow me.
pretty often, so it has a pretty decent uptime. Stupid frickin' rune serpent, you gotta wait for it to pop back up. Horrible idea.
Share my knowledge. Everyone hold hands. Delve leave my space. Decided by destiny. Yeah. I'm so scared.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strider.
I like this boss. I mean, it's not my favorite box. My favorite is, and it's because it's the easiest, is the Animo box. But this box is quite fun because it's an interesting concept in that this is the one you don't kill. This is the one you help, which is kind of cool. Like all the other ones you kill or knock unconscious or whatever, but this one you help it. And that's kind of cool.
Illusion shattered. Here we go. Time for takeoff. There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
One with the forest. Ha. Cha. Cha.
Illusion shattered.
Helpful. Or being helpful. Okay, so we're on floor 12 now. Hallelujah, but not really. Because, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I, I hope. Well, I don't hope he comes out next, after Scarab, as I want to save up. But I'm hoping that I can get Baiju. Um, it's just for simplicity's sake, like I say, but like I've said in another video, I prefer, like, I want the Archons and the Harbingers above all. They're the ones I'm gonna really go after. But having a Dendro healer would be really nice. Because, honestly,
Decided by destiny.
gives me more options.
Time for takeoff.
And options are important in this game.
Here we go. Now you shall perish. Yahoo! How rude. Think you can get away? Teamwork is dreamwork. Brace yourself.
See, I'll even take these boss, the big boss for the wolf, the golden wolf, the golden rift hound or whatever it's called. I'll even take that over Thundering Manifestation or Rune Serpent. And that boss is annoying too. It's probably third or fourth least favorite, but still better than those other two. Those suck.
Illusion shattered. Yahoo!
And the concept of being hyper aggressive, these stupid frigging rift hounds. Ugh. You don't even want to stand in the freaking vortex.
Stand decided by
Talk about
destiny.
uncooperative.
Now you shall perish. Ha!
You know, I'm watching this back, and I'm hoping it will inform me on how I managed to kill the Thundering Manifestation, because it makes very little sense. Like, you'll see what I mean when it comes time for it, but it just doesn't seem like I should have killed it at that point. So it must have been like this big conglomeration of multiple different things going off at once. Kind of lucked me out, but we'll see.
Boom boom! Allow me.
Time for retribution.
Let's move out. The Temple of Wisdom.
I like that people, when they move around in the heat as elemental burst, leave flower trails. That's kind of cool.
Breath of the flame.
As you can see, I've got like very little time left, and then suddenly it just goes boom. I'm not sure why. Be that as a lesson to everyone, if you're doing this for the time and you get really close to it, to the end of the time, keep going, because you might just pull off a last minute save. I guess I got a combination of Burgeons and Overloads, maybe? Alright, now, this one is interesting because so if you're new to watching these, I edit out. I make up new teams for each of the parts, the 3 floors of floor 12. And then I just edit out the part to get to the actual fight. When I do these Black Knights, they're pretty easy with Kazuha and Venti in the group. When I did them the second time, holy hell, did it take forever. Those things are beefy. They got way too much health. Like, Venti and Kazuha trivialized this, but even though they do trivialize it, it's still pretty impressive how much health they have. And they trivialize it because they do this. Like, don't get me wrong, they still have quite a bit of health, but the reason why they're trivialized is because I can lock them in one place and just go ham on them with A. Without being able to do that, they were hell. And then, of course, there's this one dick who didn't want to go up, but, you know, whatever. The half-Dan guy. But it still works out, because I think you kind of taser him into submission. And then these two little fuckers decide that they don't want to die when everyone else dies, so I gotta go clear them out again. I gotta go clear them out. But still, that made them look trivial. They were not trivial. If you do not have that specific, like, that knock-up combination to keep them in place and go ham on them, they are far from trivial. It's a little annoying. Actually, it's a lot annoying. Especially if you bring a shield guy, and I did bring a shield guy when I fought them. Because I'll explain it to you when we get there. And yes, I know, it's part of their mechanics. You're not supposed to use shields with them, but I brought a shield person for the 12-3 fight, and it's just ended up using the shield against them because it's just part of that character's kit, and that's what you do. So, anyway, that fight took forever. Like, really, really forever. I will say, and I think this is just probably has to do with the gear that I have for Herb, is that it isn't the best. I will admit, Nahita's gear is not as good as I would like it to be. I just got really shit luck with the domain. But I will say, though, that her elemental energy regeneration is a little lacking. So, it's the only complaint I have with her. But again, it's probably just has to do with the gear I have on her, not anything to do with her specifically. Just probably don't have enough ER. But anyway. Okay. So. As you can see, or as you will be able to see here in a second, the first boss, or the first enemy, is the Aeon Blight Drake. Now, I can take out the Aeon Blight Drake pretty quickly in the overworld. So I thought, you know what? Let's bring she can deal with this situation, and I'll use the team that I use to buff her damage up. So it's Bennett, Toma, and Sara. And it all equals out to just about the right numbers that she will be able to use her elemental burst at full power after I use all of their elemental bursts, because the numbers work out. So I thought, this will work out. This will be great. Oh my goodness, I underestimated this fucking boss. Like, so much. Holy crap. Level 100, Ion Blight Drake is beefy. Like, it is a wall of titanium. No, it's freaking adamantium at this point. Like, they pulled Wolverine-ass bullshit for this thing. It is busted to all hell. And I should point out, I redid Sarah's artifacts. So going into this fight, she has Noblesse Oblige. So I've got Noblesse on Sarah and the Millilith. So 4-piece Noblesse on Sarah, 4-piece Millilith Tenacity on Bennett. So I've got both of their things buffing attack percentage, plus Bennett's field, plus Sarah's crow thingy-mabobical. And it still was beefy as all hell. Like, okay, so I left in my first fight with it. It only took me 2 fights. I will admit it did take me 2 fights only. I left in the first one just to show you how unprepared I was for this. First of all, this bullshit.
Everybody stand, storm the front. Shine down. Now you shall perish.
Like, that screwed me over considerably. The fact that it is up in the blinking air and moving around screwed me up considerably. And then, okay, I got Sarah. I was able to knock it down. My arrows were not the best in my other attempts to knock it down, but I still managed it. And then just look at how much health this thing has.
Illusion shattered.
Don't get too close.
Flash. Glory to the Shogun.
I got you covered.
Torn to oblivion.
It's like that was a pretty powerful... I don't know if it was full burst, but it was pretty close to full burst. And it still only did like a midget... Where the hell did that come from? A minuscule amount of its health. Oh, dude. Didn't mean to say midget, but... No, just... So bad. This is the... I can't aim for shit, as you can see, so...
Let's light it up. No turning back. There is no escape.
Fire it up.
And I'm already at like 8,
Teamwork is true.
almost 8 minutes flat. Definitely wasn't enough time. So I have to restart here in a little bit, but no, this boss is beefy as all get out.
Now you shall perish.
Look at that. Look at that. That is barely a chunk of one of the strongest elemental bursts in the game. Probably second or third strongest, depending on where Hu Tao's is placed. Or if you have, Vaporize going in decent elemental mastery for Hu Tao's. But no, that's just ridiculous. But, anyway. Putting that aside, I am now prepared for it. I now know what's coming. I know it's going into the air first. And so I prepare and take advantage and shoot the fucker down.
Strike. I'm going in.
I got you covered.
Glory to the Shogun. Torn to oblivion.
And that's still not a big chunk, even though she's gotten all those buffs to her damage. And I'm saying that's not a big chunk, and I'm kind of whining about it, but the thing's already down to like half HP, and it's only like it's not even 9 minutes yet, but still, it's just way too much health on this thing. I'm just very, very fortunate that I thought, oh, this is my overestimating it actually made, or underestimating this boss actually saved me, because I thought, oh, it's fine, I'll just throw A at it, I'll buff her attack, and she'll just wipe it off the face of the map. So I brought Sarah to buff her, and it turns out that it was a good thing, because she's a bow user, and I can shoot this little flipping this huge ass motherfucking wall out of the air. That was a good crit. That was a good crit that just wiped it out, which works for me. I'm happy about this. Alright, and then these things. This is interesting, if I remember correctly. I actually was concerned that I wasn't going to get it in time, and I did manage it. Yet again, kind of like how with the Thundering Manifestation happened, where it happened, and I'm not quite sure how, but it works out, and they die, but it is down to the wire, I will say. And part of the reason for it being down to the wire is because I mess up on placement, like who I attack first. I should have charged the Animo Archer better, a little faster, but I didn't, so that kind of screws me over. And I guess, so let's see. Let's look. Oh, that's right. I burn this guy to death, which is kind of hilarious, but it works out. So burning, not completely pointless. Decent damage, thanks to Nahida. Works for me. Let's see. So, this is me making sure, yeah, so I had one thing. Okay, so get rid of all the purples. And now for the golds. So, let's see. Duality Cup. Green Hat. Duality Cup again. And Duality Hat. And if, let's see, it went... Apparently I derp and decided not to move very fast. Oh, that's right, I was looking for a pen and pencil. So, yeah, so I wrote it down. This one was crap. A pen and pencil. A piece of paper and pen. What the hell's wrong with me? And then this one was also crap. And then the next one was less crap. It's physical damage, though, so it's very niche. And then this one was workable. That you can work with. I'm not sure who on, but you can work with it. Maybe I'll use it on Nahida, who knows. Alright, well, that was this Spiral Abyss. So, if you found this video at all helpful, or if you liked my commentary, there wasn't really that much of it this time around, but maybe next time, please like and subscribe. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.